My beloved child, there are moments in human history when the hearts of people are shaken by great events. In such times, many begin to realize that life does not revolve only around what the eyes can see and the ears can hear. They suddenly understand that behind every movement of the world, the sovereign hand of the Creator is still at work. Therefore, I want you to live with a heart that remains awake, because the journey through this temporary earth is not your final destination. Each day you live is an opportunity to prepare for your meeting with me, an opportunity to choose what truly holds eternal value. Many people still think they have plenty of time. They plan to seek me on some more convenient day, to change when circumstances become better, to return to a life of faith after they have completed their own personal plans. But my beloved child, no one knows what tomorrow will bring. That is why my word is taught today. If you hear His voice, do not harden your hearts. The greatest danger is not open rebellion, but quiet delay, which gradually draws the soul away from the source of life. Each time you hesitate before my call, your heart can become harder without you even realizing it. Therefore, I am inviting you to examine yourself. Do not be quick to measure your life by outward achievements or by the praise of people. Allow my light to shine into the deepest hidden places of your soul. There are things others do not know, but I know. There are thoughts that have never been spoken, yet I have seen them long ago. As it is written, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. I do not speak these things to condemn you, but to rescue you from everything that is silently separating you from true peace. A day will come when every person must stand before the truth of their life. On that day, masks will no longer be necessary. What has been built on falsehood will not be able to stand. What has been hidden by pride or self-deception will also be brought to light. But for those who walk in repentance and trust in me, that will not be a day of fear, but a day of joy. For light does not terrify those who love the light. It only reveals what already belongs to it. Remember the story of Zacchaeus, the tax collector who spent many years seeking the value of his life in money and status. He thought that the things he accumulated could fill the emptiness in his heart. But when he met me, one encounter changed all his priorities. What money could not give him, my presence accomplished. Zacchaeus realized that true wealth was not found in what he possessed, but in the restoration of his soul. That story is still being repeated today. Many people are chasing temporary things while forgetting what is eternal. Yet I am still calling them to return. My beloved child, do not let the world convince you that material things are the ultimate goal of life. Money will one day be left behind. Fame will fade. Power will pass into other hands. Even the things people consider most secure will not last forever. But love for me, good works done in faith, and a life built upon truth will remain for eternity. As I have said, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. What you invest in your soul today will determine what follows you into eternity. When you see the instability of the world, the conflicts, the suffering, and the upheavals around you, do not look only with natural eyes. Let these things remind you that this world is not your final home. They are reminders that you need to keep your heart closer to me. Pray more, love more, and live with greater purpose. I do not want you to live in fear of the future. I want you to live in watchfulness. Those who know me do not need to tremble before tomorrow, because they know the one who holds tomorrow. Therefore, if there is anything in your heart pulling you away from me, have the courage to let it go. If there are habits weakening your spiritual life, allow me to help you leave them behind. If there are wounds that make it difficult for you to open your heart to me, bring them before my presence. I do not require you to be perfect before you come near to me. I only desire you to be honest. A broken and humble heart I will not despise. When you open your heart, I will begin the work of healing and renewal that no one else can do. My beloved child, do not think only of yourself. I have placed you in this world to become a light for those who are lost. There are people around you who need a word of encouragement. There are people who need to see living faith through your life. There are people who are hopeless and need someone to show them the way that leads to hope. Therefore, let your life reflect my love. Use your words to build up, your actions to love, and your faith to testify of my faithfulness. Today, I am not calling you to live in anxiety over what may come, but to live in readiness. The wise do not wait until the storm appears before building their house upon the rock. They prepare beforehand. In the same way, build your life upon the foundation of truth, starting today. Stay close to me each day. Let my word become a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. When you do this, no matter what happens in the future, your heart will remain steadfast. Because you know that you belong to me, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. My beloved child, incline your heart and listen carefully. For today, I want to draw you closer to something your soul has been quietly searching for over a very long time. There are seasons in life when I allow the veils surrounding you to be gradually pulled away, not to confuse you, but to help you see more clearly what I am doing. A person cannot walk steadily while living in uncertainty and obscurity. I am the God of light, and wherever my light is present, darkness must retreat. Therefore, what I am doing in this season is leading you out of the fog of confusion and into the clarity of truth. Perhaps in recent days there have been things that have weighed heavily upon your heart. You have sensed that something was not quite right, yet you could not fully identify it. There have been relationships that left you uneasy, circumstances that kept your mind occupied, and quiet signals your spirit perceived while your understanding struggled to comprehend them. I know all of these things. I have seen the nights when you lay awake, the moments when you wondered why clear answers seemed beyond your reach. But my beloved child, there are truths I do not reveal immediately because I am preparing your heart to receive them in the right way. If truth arrives too soon before the soul is ready, it can become a burden rather than a blessing. Therefore, do not lose heart because you do not yet understand everything happening around you. Remember that I am the God who sees the end from the beginning. What remains a mystery to you is already completely clear to me. As it is written, the secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things revealed belong to us. I do not withhold truth in order to make life difficult for you. I reveal it piece by piece at the proper time so that when it comes, it will become a source of wisdom rather than a cause of fear. My beloved child, sometimes the most difficult part is not discovering the truth, but accepting it. There are truths that bring joy because they confirm what you have hoped for all along. Yet there are also truths that bring pain because they shatter illusions you once held tightly. Nevertheless, I want you to understand that no genuine healing can ever be built upon deception. A house constructed on a weak foundation will collapse when the storm arrives. In the same way, a life built upon what is false cannot stand for long. Therefore, when I allow my light to shine into places that were once hidden, it is not an act of harshness, but an act of love. Remember the story of King Josiah. When the book of the law was discovered in the temple, after many years of being forgotten, he was deeply moved when its words were read aloud. The truth that was revealed showed him how far the people had wandered from the ways of God. It grieved his heart. Yet that very sorrow became the beginning of revival. Had Josiah refused to listen because the truth was too difficult to accept, the people would have continued in their wandering. But because he humbled himself before the truth, an entire generation was called back to me. Do you see? There are truths that may shake you at first, but in the end, they open the way for renewal and blessing. Do not be afraid if my light is beginning to illuminate areas of your life that you once avoided. Perhaps I am showing you thoughts that need to be changed. Perhaps I am helping you recognize unhealthy influences that you could not previously see. Perhaps I am opening your eyes to your true value, something you have forgotten over the years. Whatever it may be, trust that my purpose is always redemption. I do not expose things to shame you. I expose them to rescue you. I do not reveal the cracks within your soul in order to condemn you. I reveal them so that I may heal them. My beloved child, the world often teaches people to avoid the truth whenever it makes them uncomfortable. But I teach you the opposite. I teach you to face the truth with courage, because truth is always the doorway to freedom. That is why I declared, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." Freedom does not come from pretending that everything is fine. Freedom comes when you allow my light to touch the darkest places within your heart and permit me to do the work of renewal from the inside out. As these things become clearer, you may feel as though the ground beneath your feet is shaking. Things you once trusted may be tested. Old perceptions may need to be changed. But do not let that frighten you. A great tree must sometimes be pruned if it is to grow stronger. Likewise, a person who desires to enter a deeper walk with me must let go of things that no longer align with my purpose for their life. What I remove from your life will never be as valuable as what I am preparing to give you. Therefore, my beloved child, when I open your eyes to see more clearly, do not turn away. When I reveal what needs to change, do not close your heart. Let my truth become a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Remember that truth is not your enemy, it is your guide. Though you may have to pass through difficult emotions as you face reality, on the other side of honesty, there is always peace. I am leading you not into confusion, but into clarity, not into condemnation, but into restoration, not into fear, but into freedom. And when you choose to walk in the light instead of hiding from it, you will discover that what I have prepared for you is not loss, but a life that is deeper, stronger, and more complete in my presence. Then you will understand that every truth I reveal flows from love, and every step I guide is intended to bring you closer to the eternal peace I prepared for you from the very beginning. My beloved child, there are seasons in life when the greatest transformation does not take place around you, but within you. Many people believe that miracles must always be seen with natural eyes, appearing through new circumstances, new opportunities, or new achievements. Yet there are miracles far deeper than these. A miracle occurs when a soul once imprisoned by fear begins to trust. It happens when a heart once filled with anxiety learns how to rest in my presence. It is seen when a person who once sought their worth through the approval of others begins to realize that their true value was established long ago in the love of the one who created them. Therefore, what I am doing within you is not merely correcting a few habits or changing a few circumstances. I am reaching the very roots of your soul. There are false beliefs you have carried for many years. There are negative words that were planted in your heart and caused you to doubt yourself. There are past failures that have quietly become an invisible cage, imprisoning your confidence and your hope. But my light is entering those places, layer by layer. Darkness is being replaced by truth, chain by chain. Bondage is being removed, wound by wound. Healing is taking place. And as this happens, you will discover that what I am giving you is not only a new life, but a new heart. I know there have been times when you grew weary of battling your own thoughts. There have been days when anxiety about the future kept you from enjoying the grace of the present. There have been nights when you lay awake because of things that had not even happened yet. But my beloved child, your future is not held in the hands of fear. It is held in my hands. That is why my word declares, cast all your anxiety upon him. because He cares for you. I am not asking you to pretend that difficulties do not exist. I simply want you to remember that no difficulty is greater than my power, and no circumstance lies beyond my sovereign rule. When you begin to view life through the lens of faith instead of fear, everything will gradually change, not because your circumstances instantly become perfect, but because your perspective has been renewed. What once caused you despair will become an opportunity to witness my faithfulness. What once left you confused will become a place where you learn wisdom. What once convinced you that you had failed will become the foundation of a powerful testimony in the future. As it is written, we know that all things work together for good to those who love God. This does not mean that everything is pleasant, but it does mean that I am able to use everything to bring about good in your life. My beloved child, as my light shines more deeply into your soul, you will also begin to see others through different eyes. In the past, you may have judged people by their outward actions, by what they did or failed to do. But as your heart is renewed, you will learn to look beyond the surface. You will realize that many people are carrying battles no one else knows about. You will understand that behind hurtful words, there is often an unhealed heart. Behind mistakes, there may be a soul that has lost its way. And instead of responding with judgment, you will begin to respond with mercy. Remember the story of Ananias when I sent him to Saul in Damascus. From a natural perspective, Ananias had every reason to be afraid. Saul had persecuted my people and brought fear to many, but I saw what Ananias could not yet see. I saw a future apostle within that man. When Ananias obeyed and approached Saul with love and obedience, he became part of my plan to transform the life of the man who would later be known as Paul. Do you see? There are people I place in your path for a reason. There are encounters that carry purposes far greater than what your eyes can perceive. I want you to understand that no person enters your life without meaning. Some come to teach you lessons about love. Some come to teach you forgiveness. Some come to encourage you. Some come to test and strengthen your faith. Even brief encounters can carry lifelong lessons. Therefore, do not live superficially with the people I place beside you. Learn to love with sincerity. Learn to build relationships upon truth rather than personal gain. Let my love become the foundation of every relationship you nurture. My beloved child, what is awakening within you is not merely new understanding, but a new awareness of who you truly are. I want you to stop defining yourself by the standards the world uses to evaluate you. You are not merely the job you hold. You are not merely the amount of money you possess. You are not merely the successes or failures you have experienced. Your true identity is formed by the fact that you belong to me. Before the world knew you, I knew you. Before others placed labels upon you, I called you my beloved child. When this truth takes root in your heart, you will no longer live to prove your worth to others. Instead, you will live from the worth I have already given you. The difference is profound. A person who constantly strives to prove themselves will live in continual exhaustion and insecurity. But a person who knows they are loved will walk in peace and freedom. They are no longer controlled by human approval. They are no longer crushed by criticism. They know who they are in me. And that knowledge becomes an unshakable foundation. Therefore, my beloved child, continue walking in the light I am revealing to you. Do not return to the old chains of fear. Do not allow the negative voices of the past to define your future. Let my truth shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions. For I am leading you into a new season of maturity, where you no longer live as someone controlled by circumstances, but as someone who knows they belong to me. And as you walk in that understanding, you will discover that the greatest freedom is not the ability to do whatever you desire, but the privilege of becoming the person I created you to be from the very beginning. My beloved child, Open your heart wide and listen with the ears of your soul. For what I desire to reveal today is not merely a word of encouragement for the present moment, but an invitation to enter a deeper dimension of your journey with me. There are seasons in life when everything appears to be continuing as usual. Yet beneath the surface, I am quietly accomplishing a great work. It is like the earth at the beginning of spring, when human eyes cannot yet see the green shoots. But life has already begun stirring deep within the soil. You are in such a season right now. There are things I have prepared for you that you have not yet fully perceived. Not because I have hidden them from you, but because I am preparing you to enter them with maturity and wisdom. For a long time, I have seen who you are becoming. I have known the battles you would face, the tears you would quietly wipe away, the moments when you lost heart, and the times when you rose again despite having little strength left. Not a single moment of your life has ever been outside my care and providence. Therefore, when you sense that something is shifting within you, do not dismiss it as imagination. Often, it is the result of spiritual seeds I have planted in your life throughout the years. The prayers you once lifted before me, the lessons you learned through pain, and the times you chose obedience even when you did not fully understand. All of these things are working together to prepare you for a new season of maturity. My beloved child, some changes do not begin with circumstances, they begin with perception. Before I open a new door, I often expand your vision. Before I bring you into a new land, I renew the way you think. For if the heart remains unchanged, you may step into something new while still carrying old limitations. Therefore, the first thing I am doing is opening your spiritual eyes so that you may see your life from heaven's perspective rather than through the lens of human fear. Remember Abraham. Before he became the father of many nations, I brought him outside his tent and told him to look up at the stars in the sky. At that moment, his circumstances did not reflect the promise at all. Yet I wanted him to see beyond what was directly in front of him. I wanted him to see through faith. In the same way, there are things I am placing within your heart today, not so that you will worry about how they will come to pass, but so that you will learn to trust me more deeply. For my word declares, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. Perhaps recently you have passed through unusual seasons of silence. There have been times when it seemed as though I had slowed down in my work. Some prayers have not been answered according to the timing you expected. But my beloved child, silence does not mean absence. Often, during the seasons that seem the quietest, I am building the most important foundations. A great house requires a deep foundation. A mighty tree requires strong roots. Likewise, a mature spiritual life requires seasons of being shaped in the hidden place between you and me. I want you to stop looking for evidence of my presence only in extraordinary events. Do not think that I am working only when dramatic miracles occur. I am also present in the unexpected peace that comes in the middle of chaos. I am present in a scripture passage that appears at precisely the moment you need it. I am present in a meeting that seems accidental, but changes the direction of your life. I am present when I prevent you from walking through doors that are not part of your destiny. These things may seem small in the eyes of people, yet they are powerful evidence of my care for you. My beloved child, I am not calling you into a new season through fear, but through hope. I do not want you to live in anxious anticipation of the future, but in trust toward the one who holds that future. Therefore, do not focus on trying to predict everything that lies ahead. Focus instead on walking closer to me each day. When you remain near me, you will not need to know every detail in order to feel secure. My presence will become a refuge for your soul. As it is written in Isaiah, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? The new thing I do is not always an outward change that is easily recognized. Often it is a heart being healed after years of pain. It is a mind being set free from negative thoughts. It is a faith that has grown stronger through trials. And it is these inner transformations that become the foundation for everything I desire to accomplish through your life. Therefore, my beloved child, if you sense that your heart is being awakened in a new way, do not resist it. If you feel me calling you into deeper prayer, deeper surrender, or deeper trust, respond to that call, for I am leading you closer to the purpose I ordained for you before you were born. Not through force, but through love, not through noise and commotion, but through the gentle leading of the Holy Spirit. Keep your heart soft before me. Allow me to continue teaching, correcting, and guiding you. For what is opening before you is not merely a new chapter of circumstances, but a deeper dimension of fellowship between you and me. And as you walk with me through this new season, you will discover that the greatest treasure is not simply what I give to you, but that you are able to walk closer with me, know me more intimately, and live more fully within my everlasting love.